Let's move on to our team selections then. Alisson Becker will be in goal. Doyley, the back four got to be fairly obvious, hasn't it?
You're definitely saying Alisson in goal.
I am, yeah. Sure.
Yeah, okay, just check it. Yes, it's going to be. It's not going to be Simicast. It's going to be Robertson, Van Dijk, Matip, and Trent.
Hannah, any suggestions on that, or is it just a case of the back four's the back four?
The back four is the back four. You don't make any changes for a game of that magnitude, and you want Van Dijk, you want Matip. I mean, some might say there's possibly a shout for Konate, but I think the fact that he played midweek against Benfica sort of says it all that he'll be starting against City.
Yeah, absolutely, Theo. I'm going to assume that your back four is the same, though feel free to correct me if it's not. If it is, do you want to talk us through your midfield?
Yeah, back four is the same. I think Klopp's even hinted at it today when he's talking about big game experience and these sorts of games. You go for your experienced ones, and it's that four. And that's the same for the midfield. I know Naby Keita was superb midweek, but you'd be very surprised if Jordan Henderson doesn't come back in. Fabinho is going to be the number 6, and then it's between Keita and Thiago for that final spot. And I feel like Thiago's got the edge. He can control this game for Liverpool. We've not seen him in these sorts of games before. And then Naby Keita, you want him to make that sort of impact off the bench with 25 minutes to go if needed. The same as will be the case for a couple of the attackers that we'll get to shortly.
Yep, absolutely. Doyley, is it the Henderson, Fabinho, Thiago midfield for you as well?
No, not big at that. You can't have Keita and Thiago in the same team against City, so that's not happening. However, Thiago probably will play rather than Keita. Fabinho will play, not playing Henderson. I thought he did okay against Watford. I didn't think he was particularly great when he came in against Benfica. And I just think for whatever reason, his legs just aren't there at the moment. And I think Liverpool are going to need that. So then you're left with, who do you play in this other midfield position if you're not playing Keita and you're not playing Henderson? And Harvey Elliott's not been playing. Curtis Jones has been a bit up and down. To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if Curtis Jones did play, but I don't think he. But I wouldn't pick him. I'm going to go with Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Played the first game, didn't he, Jones?
Yeah, he played the first game. Yeah, Oxlade-Chamberlain. I'm going to go for. He hasn't played for a while. I know he's a player who needs rhythm. He's going to have to play at some point, and I just think that he's got a bit of history against Man City, hasn't he? I know it was a while ago, but he always seems to have a good game against them. And if it doesn't work, then
he scored an own goal against them.
To be fair, that was the game you said before about they had a bit of a hangover. They literally did have a hangover that day, and he was like, that was the Bernardo Silva, wasn't it, where he didn't clap them on for the Guard of Honor. Crowd went wild for that. Oh yeah, that's right. There was nobody there. So yeah, Oxlade-Chamberlain. I think I said he should have played against Benfica. Shows you what I know. But for the reason that Keita played, to be fair, to be quite progressive, and I think he's not going to play, is he? Let's be honest, right? But I'm just saying that he should do. I'm just saying he should do. It's going to be Henderson, but I'm picking Oxlade-Chamberlain.
You're just stretching this podcast out so Hannah can't go and do the Lampard press conference.
He doesn't want to do it anyway. He doesn't want to do it. Anything you need to know about Everton was just in my tweet last night anyway, so...
Yeah, no, let's move swiftly beyond that. Hannah, Oxlade-Chamberlain for you, or would that be a bold shout, to say the least?
I think that's very bold. I rate Ox highly, and obviously, like Ian said, he does have that history against Man City. But it's got to be Jordan Henderson. For a game against Man City, you need your captain, and Fabinho is nailed on, and then it probably is a toss-up between Thiago and Keita. Personally, I would want Keita. But obviously Thiago's exceptional as well. So it is a toss-up between those two, I think. But I'm personally going with Keita.
Would we sooner have Declan Rice in there than Fabinho?
If Declan Rice is worth 150 million.
I like Declan Rice a lot, actually. I like him a lot. He's a great pass on the ball, but no. I don't agree with Jack Wilshere there. Sorry.
Declan Rice agrees that Fabinho's the best in his position, so that's it.
Yeah,
Jack Wilshere's bored anyway. Why isn't he playing? He hasn't got a team, has he?
Yeah, he is. He's in Denmark. Did you not read my If You Want to Be Exclusive? He's just signed him.
Oh, I don't read anything. Come on, I don't even read my stuff.
Anyway, let's move on. Move on to the front line. Doherty, we'll come to you. Are you going for another wild card shout up top?
Another? There's no wild card shouts in my team. What are you talking about?
Exactly. Massive wild card.
We've just been reminded that Danny Mills has said that Kyle Walker is better than Trent Alexander-Arnold. Well, better at what?
Yes.
better at getting sent off for stupid things. You can't argue with that. Anyway, up front, yes, I'm gonna go with Origi. I'm not doing that. Imagine that. Well, it was this game last year, wasn't it, where Klopp played all 4 of them. Well, you couldn't play. You can't play all 7 of them. That would be weird. If he played 4 of them at the time that were available, and for about 25 minutes, City were like, "What's going on here?" But then once City worked it out, as Theo said, first half was good. Second half, they were absolutely shattered. Trent got injured in that game, didn't he, as well? That was the last time Gomez played. I must admit, Gomez, the last 2 games he played for replacing Trent, I thought he was very good. Now, I wonder whether, okay, I know that Gomez is not Trent, but I wonder whether the fact that Gomez had 2 decent games and set up a good goal against Watford was just a slight reminder to Trent, not that he's really needed it, but that's the kind of competition for places that perhaps Liverpool need all the way through the team, and that's what they've got. And as Theo was saying earlier, that's probably why they've got a better squad than City have at the moment. But we'll soon find out who's got the better team. But no, up front, I'm going to go with Firmino, Salah, and Mane. There's no way Salah can't play this game. I think we know what Jota can do from the bench. We know what Diaz can do. He's still a bit of an unknown quantity for a lot of the teams that they're going to come up against, and I think he might get on against City. But I'd definitely go with those 3. We mentioned Firmino before. We mentioned Mane's in good form, and Salah. I just think that something's. He could have scored twice against Benfica, and I thought the keeper had a good game, and on another day he would have scored twice. And I think this could be one of those days where it just goes back and clicks back into gear, because you'd be more worried if he wasn't having the shots. He's still getting into the positions. He's still setting people up. And I thought he did okay. First half against Benfica, got a bit tired after that. And if he is going to get tired against City, as we said, Diaz, Jota, there's loads of them that can come on.
Yeah, I think it'd be a massive boost for City if he wasn't on the team sheet as well, which I think psychologically could be important. I'm going to go Salah, Firmino and Mane as well, Theo, but I do think if Liverpool do need a goal, it wouldn't shock me if they went 4-2-3-1 again at some point in this game. Be a surprise to go from the start, but be interesting to see if that was to happen during the game. Which 3 are you going to go for?
It's one where I want to see Diaz start. Like, these sides know each other so well, and Guardiola, he's had that fear about the original front 3, but he knows what they're about. He doesn't know what Diaz is about. So if you start Diaz there, it's that unknown quantity that can win Liverpool the game. But then at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised at all if it was the old tried and trusted front 3. I wouldn't start Jota. I think he's definitely on the bench. You bring him on if you need a goal. I know we've already touched on Firmino's record off the bench as a goal scorer this season, but Jota's that one who's a bit of a live wire when he comes on. You can get the goal that way. It's Sadio Mane's birthday on Sunday, so it'd be actually quite harsh to bench him and start someone else. But I want to see Diaz.
You would.
I would.
You would.
Yeah,
you
I am.
Yeah, it's like you're just destroying everybody all the time. You're destroying his birthday dreams. Leave the poor man alone.
I want to start Diaz, but I reckon it'll be the tried and trusted.
Yeah, absolutely. Hannah, which 3 are you going to go for?
It's such a difficult one. It's mad that we're in a position where usually the front 3 would be the front 3, but we're in a position now where you can't call it. I think Salah, you've got to start Salah and Mane. And then for me, it would just be a toss-up between Diaz and Firmino. I like the idea of potentially starting Diaz, as Theo mentioned, for that unknown quantity and, something that City aren't used to. And like Theo said, the teams know each other well. So having Diaz in that starting lineup, they probably wouldn't know what to expect from him. So I'd want to go Diaz, but I'll go safe and go with what everyone else has said and go with Firmino, because that probably will be what happens.
Let's just say, what if it is 4-2-3-1 vote, which is saying Henderson maybe looks a little bit tired. You take him out, Fabinho, Thiago. When Mohamed Salah's been short on confidence and not getting the goals, Liverpool tend to just stick him up front with Firmino in behind to get him backfiring again. That's happened a few times. And you've got Diaz on the left, Mane on the right. City wouldn't expect that either. It certainly looks good on paper. Whether the reality would quite live up to it, I don't think it will happen. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I can see it at some point in the game, but I'd be surprised if it was from the start, to be honest with you. But we shall see. Let's go for our match predictions then. I personally can't see anything other than a draw, if I'm being honest. I'm going to go 1-1. I think I'd probably take that as well, as we alluded to a little bit earlier on in the show. Dory, how do you reckon it might be?
Come to me last.
Fair enough. Theo, what do you reckon it might be?
Desmond, 2-2.
Hannah?
I'll push the boat out and just go 0-0.
Oh, wow. What an exciting game that would be. Dodie?
Tight, cagey, 0-0.
I think Liverpool win 2-1.
Wow.
You've only said that because none of us have said Liverpool.
That's why I didn't know what you were going to say. That's why I said come to me last.
Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain to score the winner?
Yeah, with the pass from Origi who's come on. Yeah, so, I mean, you can't argue with this. What's interesting, by the way, my team that I said, and in fact, I think everybody's team, with the exception of one player, could have been the team in January 2019 when they got beat 2-1. I think I'm right in saying. Alisson, Robertson, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Fabinho, not Thiago's the one, the normal front three, and then whether it was Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Henderson, whoever. I just think that's quite interesting, the fact that 3 and a bit years down the line and they've still got the same players playing in this game. And I think there will come a time where that's not going to happen. And I do wonder, from what kind of taught me out of not picking Diaz, I think whether he might play on that basis, that it's something a little bit different. But I'm sticking with the team.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to stick with mine as well. But again, I wouldn't be surprised to see Luis Diaz come off the bench. But I think we've just about run out of time. So that will do us for today's podcast. Plenty more stuff to come, of course, before and after the big game. It really does feel like a big one, doesn't it? Until next time, though, it's goodbye for now.